Hmm. We are back again. We just can't get enough today. Oops, all streams. Okay. What are we gonna do here? Alright, so let's just fast KO with Poison Breloom, get Heliolisk. No. But we probably could. We could get Heliolisk Hyper Voice if we so wanted. Would we want to get that? Maybe. I think Delmise might finally take a Pokemon. It might do the unthinkable and deal enough damage to a Pokemon for that Pokemon to faint and Delmise still be on the field. I never thought I would see the day, the fabled day that Delmise did something other than just be a standard ghost type. Alright, other questions? Can Musharna Future Sight KO Poliwrath is a good question. And do we have a Pokemon on which to set that up? Kind of, sort of, maybe, not really. Yawn. Yawn. No accuracy check. That's what I like to see. Okay. So... Curiouser and curiouser. Alright, so again, Breloom KOs, and then we go to what? Feels like we should go into Togedemaru first. Do we want to teach you Thunder? Is Thunder better here? Because Smart Strike doesn't mean anything. The advantage of Thunder is paralysis chance, which is pretty good. Okay. So we can sticky web. Eat up the water gem. It's not bad. If that helps for later. I don't know that it does. Because that would be like Galvantula things. Doesn't help with Noivern at all, so we still just have to bring these two. Do you do enough here? No. How about, not that, -1 speed on you. Ain't all that valuable. Okay. Can't switch you in on anything. Can we? We switched him in on... Okay. Alright. The only Swift Swimmer we got's Barraskewda, right? Yeah. I don't think Sticky Webs are doing me any favors here. So again, we go Breloom, Amphi, Togi. Togi's gonna get Weather Ball from Heliolisk or Drain Punch. No, I'm just gonna get Weather Ball. Weather Ball, Heliolisk. And then I think we just have to go wide lens and risk the 1%. Alright, it's Togi on... Yeah. We have to risk Breloom, we risk Breloom. We get close combat with wide lens. What's the other option? The other option is to hit 2 Grassy Glides with Delmise. Which seems pretty tough to do with pre-toxic or whatever. Seems likelier to go wrong. Okay. But it would get us... So if we're gonna do the Barraskewda line, then we want Noivern second, not third. So we'd pre-damage. Okay. Where's the toxic TM from? We don't get the toxic TM, huh? So we don't have... Scald is the only guaranteed damaging status move we have left. It's wild. Okay, we could switch in a Torkoal on a random move. Do we have a better idea? Can switch in an Arcanine on a random move. But then we're just risking a crit, right? Charcoal, yeah. Plus Flare Blitz. Yeah. Okay. '81. Black Belt Superpower does the job. And then, hold on. So we're taking... Drain Punch Liquidation. This almost works. Hold on. Okay. Breloom, Miracle Seed, Seed Bomb. Pre-Poison, KO. We have 2 Pokemon to beat the Noivern. I think we start and end with Togi. Does that make sense? Not quite. We gotta finish. We don't have to finish with Togi. Okay, hold on. So if we go Gyarados. Gyarados does a pretty good job with bounce. And Gyarados tanks Hyper Voice Weather Ball really well. Its only real problem is it baits Liquidation again, which we just have to live with. About Thunder? How does Thunder look to you? Got nothing. Okay. So it's the... Alright. So I guess we have to T-Wave. T-Wave and then Thunder? We have to Persian Berry, so we may not even have the ability. Maybe the answer is that Togi's not the guy. Do we have a second Thunder user that can do the job here? Not one that baits what we need regularly. right. Alright, this one's not really safe at all, but it's what we got. I suppose the other option is to just, like, do Milotic with Icy Wind and assume that we'll eventually hit. That gets us Thunderbolt. Thunderbolt ain't what we need. No. Okay. Zoom lens, no. Wide lens, Barrascuda. Miracle Seed, Breloom. Citrus Berry, Togi. Citrus Berry, Gyarados. Citrus Berry, Ampharos. I think you need a black belt, right? Yes. And then poisoned on Breloom. Alright, this one's not safe, we just don't really have a safe way through. We do need to go make sure that we teach Thunder to some of these guys. So we get Smart Strike, that's good. Okay, hang in there, gang. Important part is we're coming off of an electric type. Just need to get ourselves the guaranteed weather ball from Toby. Oh, I did it wrong. Okay. We seed bomb, we KO. We get Noivern for guaranteed Hurricane. That's good. Crit. Roost is good there too. Thunder. Double team's great. Para would be great. Okay, why is this Poliwrath? Does it? We really don't see a KO with Weather Ball? No, we don't. Okay. So on Poliwrath, 144. Importantly, he can't set up. We're always dead to liquidation only. We'll get ourselves an Intimidate. Defense drop, we'll go to Breloom. No drop plus poison. I think we are not dead. Liquidation crit into Breloom does 128. So we seed bomb here. And then do we Mach Punch? Hold on, let's make sure we know what's next. So we have Hyper Voice would be just outspeeding me. Gyro Ball, we're at 153, but we're going to heal out of range. 212. We're going to gain 26. So we're going to be... Well, and we would prevent setup anyway. So this is just Hyper Voice Heliolisk. Mach Punch KOs. Nice. Heal out of range. Not sure why this is Ferrothorn. Do we not out damage at this HP? We do not. Alright, so it's never set up. It could be Explosion, so we just risk Conk. It's Gyro Ball, so we live. We Superpower. We KO Ferrothorn, we take the chip, and we have Heliolisk left. Now we just have to get in our guy and hit a 1. So this is random move Heliolisk. We don't have a Pokemon that takes random move crit. At 155 HP, it's usually Weather Ball, so even though Togedemaru is technically the safest, the range says play to Weather Ball. So that's what we're going to do. The least likely thing is Hyper Voice here, and that's the one that punishes Breloom the most. Hyper Voice was by far the least likely thing. That's really bad. So now we've got Breloom at 57 HP, and this is random move, not glare. So again, we need Togi to win a 2 out of 3. We just hit a 1 out of 3 there. We need Togi to hit a 2 out of 3. Don't be Weather Ball. Thunderbolt. There we go. $109. We're not in Citrus, but this is always Weather Ball, never Glare. We have a safe switch on Weather Ball, and then we just have to hit the 99% Wind Lens. And we used up all our extra HP setting this up, so we really need to hit this. And we do. Let's go, Baraskisi. Good job, bud. Playing fast and loose with this Magma Hideout. Aqua Hideout. Okay. 2 more Grunts. Does Delmise learn Embargo? I forget. Delmise does learn Embargo, but my memory tells me that it doesn't matter that we learn Embargo because of the way these damage rolls work out. Okay, so we just have 2 Pokemon that are somehow dead to Stone Edge crit. Rain's not up. So what if we just play to rocks? If we play into rocks, we can just say Breloom goes Seed Bomb, Mach Punch, rocks go up. Then what? Then it's... Then it's super boosted Psychic Ice Beam. We need to get just Ice Beam. Oh, this is the Mold Breaker situation, right? Yeah, I think we just Mold Breaker Thunderbolt. Go through Sturdy. That way he has to Quick Claws turn 1. It's the only thing that doesn't die to a crit, right? Okay. So let's say we do that. If we do that and we dodge the Quick Claw, we can get Ice Beam. Right? You're slower. You're slower. You're slow dead. Can't be you. You're slower. If we're pre-damaged, he's gonna see a KO. Above 72 is the number, so we could do like 73%, so that it's a KO always, but not with analytic. There's a number in there that works to get guaranteed Star Me. Okay, that's what we want. So let's say we do it. We get guaranteed Star Me, but not guaranteed no rocks. And then we take an Ice Beam, we like pre-toxic, and we First Impression with Life Orb, with Silver Powder, and then we take the KO, and we get what? Who out-damages me? That totally depends. Alright, I think we teach Ice Punch. Go Life Orb, Ice Punch, I think is the safest. So we have a really good chance of getting Octillery. Because everybody out damages. Well, hold on. Yeah, no, we have to go Life Orb, even though that means we might get early Gliscor. What we want Okay. So 1 into 2 is guaranteed, and then we get I guess with all the chip we're gonna know. We don't know that we're getting switched out, but that's okay. So we'll sucker punch him. Where do we do it? Is there something that just beats? If we're going to get guaranteed Ice Beam, is there something that just switches in on Ice Beam and wins? No. But we could do... We can't do a golly thing because we can't guarantee there are no rocks. That's why it's got to be golly. Okay. So it's golly, it's Life Orb First Impression. And then we have to finesse the heck out of Octillery. Which is a Quick Claw jerk. Do we have anybody that just, like, isn't dead to things? We have a Araquanid. Okay. What's the other option? The other option is the Kecleon thing that we've done before. Okay. This looks so sketchy. How do you do here? I mean, in a pinch. Just bring in Kingdra and hope. And then Kingdra shows a KO to Gliscor, shows a fast 2-shot to Goodra. How does... Okay. So... Who just beats it? Draco. Draco, use special wall. Okay. So let's say we do the dragon tail thing. We click a single play rough on like a +2 guy. So we would do 24. Can we get there? Already used up our life orb. Gotta say, it doesn't feel great. How does a man KO a Gudra? Bounce does a pretty good job, but we would have to prevent the setup. Do you get guaranteed? You do get guaranteed earthquake. So hypothetically, Okay. Could teach breaking swipe. We can teach surf. How do we feel about surf? Surf does a ton. Okay. So none of these are great options. Nope. El Stumped. So, what's the answer here? I guess the answer is go in with Milo, damage it down somewhat, get Gliscor. How do we get? We can't get it dead to Air Slash. But we can be pre-damaged. We can be pre-damaged to be dead to Dragon Tail. Okay. We could be pre-damaged to be dead to Dragon Tail, huh? Or is the answer to just go in there and Seismic Toss? Let's say he does. How many Seismic Tosses kill through leftovers? Remember, we can't guarantee Dragon Tails. But we have a bunch of Pokemon that can do like 50%. It's really everybody but Milotic. So our odds are really good. I don't think it is. I think it's just play rough turn 1. And then even if he does set up, I think we just teach Rock Smash. Not quite good enough. It's almost good enough. Okay. Oh, you're slower. Why are you slower than Gudra? Gudra. Okay. Okay. So truthfully, we think after Kingdra, we're most likely to get Gudra. If we think we're most likely to get Gudra, do I just like attach a pixie plate? I think I do. Because then I should 3-shot him. I think Azu's going to do the job with Pixie Plate. And then Gliscor... hypothetically... Okay. If it's Gliscor we're worried about... Can't pre-damage that much. Okay, but Gali will be lowish. So that kind of works. Alright, so we think we can just steer it. That's the short answer. So we're gonna... We don't have... We don't have clear-cut ways through this if rocks go up. We're going to play... the high percentage play here is unfortunately 80%. And then if we get rocks and then we get a bunch of sniper crits, we're just in trouble. And there's no way around that. All right. Farsight. Did not consider, what if I'm full HP? If I am full HP, you don't kill me. You don't kill me even with analytic boost. You out damage me. Even if I have Ice Punch. Okay. So we do need to pre-damage, and we need to pre-damage into the guaranteed Ice Beam range, which is just max roll here. Max roll of non-boosted 185. Golly. Is our Golly leveled up? It is not. Level 80 Golly. 81 Golly. With Muscle Band and Ice Punch. How do you look? Pretty good. So we're going to do that instead. No, we're not. do have to remember Ice Punch on Golly. Golly doesn't learn Ice Punch. How many times are we gonna forget that one? Alright. That means that it doesn't matter. So now we are back to Muscle Band because we can't play around it. Okay. Wide lens, no. Muscle Band, Golisopod, full HP, level 81. Okay, so I think we ditch Hidden Power Psychic for our old friend HP Ice, Icy Wind. Okay. We still need to pre-toxic Golly when we get there. Just pre-toxic now. What slot? 2. Oh, this stupid Goodra. Beat you, we beat you, we beat you. We beat you, but not you. Mega Thunder. Muscle Band, First Impression, Sucker Punch. Citrus. Dragon Fang, Pixie Plate. Okay. All right, no rocks. Very little we can do if there were. This should be Starmie for Ice Beam. First impression KOs. We get early Gliscor. 134 HP. We are always dead to dual wing beat. Oh, level 79. Okay. Well, he's +2. We're burnt. We just Icy Wind. We're never dead. We have Citrus. The Icy Wind. We're faster. A second Icy Wind always KOs. I don't think we have any counterplay once again. Let's think about this. This is +2 attack, -1 speed Gliscor. We are at 154 HP, and he is badly poisoned. So this is Earthquake or Facade. No, we just take this KO. We got nothing, and I think this is Goodra for outspeed, out damage, which is kind of what we wanted to avoid in Cant. We really don't want to see set up right here. There's the curse. Now he can curse again if he wants to. That would really suck. We are officially in bad territory. Because of Gooey, he's going to continually get faster than us, even though he just slowed himself down below us. There's his third curse. Dear God, please help. For the record, Body Press still only does 28%. I'm sorry. I didn't look at the other one. Aqua Tail does 40% now. Azu, you're insane. This is a +4 Goodra, but it doesn't matter. World's slowest Azu. This is always Energy Ball. Golly's at 134 and level 81. Golly is dead to Energy Ball crit. Ice Beam does 28, which takes us to 106, which would be below 50%. So I think we want to go get ourselves a guaranteed Ice Beam by switching into Ampharos. Or is Ampharos just... Hello, Dave. No, I'm sorry. That's probably not updated with the Maxi stuff. I'll get that updated after this battle. Alright, I think we go Noivern here. Then we go Golly, get the switch. No. We go Ampharos, then Golly. Then we do some Kingdra work. Okay. I don't know if I doubt that Mold Breaker disables Sniper Crit. Okay, here's Ice Beam. Triggers emergency exit. And then what do I want to do here? This is, I forgot to bring an Aspire Berry, so I really hope it doesn't freeze me. Sniper, not Sniper. There's Ice Beam. Okay, 144. Are we dead to Sniper Crit here? Oh yeah, super dead. But there's not a whole lot we can do to play around that. If we get, hold on. If we can get Golly back in, does Golly live Ice Beam plus Toxic? Ice Beam max roll Sniper Crit is 76. There's no way Toxic's like 30. And then this is the last guy. So, alright, so we just have to find a pivot. 40, just checking again. 44, I don't have Life Orb on this guy. No, we don't have a guaranteed KO yet. And we no longer have a safe switch anyway. Kingdra is just kind of locked in. Because we low rolled, is it better to go for Octazoopa drop? No, because we can Sniper Crit him. Don't freeze me. That's 2. He's down. Two quick claws, but not the bad one at the start of the fight. Okay. I did not like my line on that one. It's just what I found. But we are blazing through Aqua Hideout. All right, Dave. I'll get this updated. We can take a look at the death box together and remember our fallen comrades. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All right, now we have the annoying but not that difficult grassy terrain fight. All right. So how this one works is you pretty much always lead with Beedrill. And then you have this annoying Rillaboom that's just gonna click high horse. It's gonna keep healing. So he'll be doing high horsepower turn 1. Will you turn out of the way? Sharpedo almost guarantees it, but not quite. All right, and then you need something that's faster than Rillaboom, that's just going to grassy glide you forever. And ideally, it's something with Roost, but we don't have that this time. And we could guarantee this by giving somebody like a Jaboka Berry and switching it on high horsepower. That's another option. But not an option I particularly like. Right, we've got the Beedrill chance on turn 1. Actually, scratch that. Oh. Oh god, I haven't updated that in forever. You might be the first person to actually type a command in there. Hold on. We will update that guy too. Hey, can I like edit comm? Isn't that a thing? Here, I'm a real person here. I have no idea what I'm doing, but I know I'm doing it really well. All right. I don't even know what run this was. Deaths, Luminion. Let me edit this, come on. Luminion, Quill, Tentacruel, Glizzy, come on. Who else died? There was somebody else. There's another poison type in there. If only there were an easy way for me to know. Oh, yeah, the Boom Bros. Muck, Cloyster, Pyroar, Turtle. I'd be sad. I'd be sad about Turtle. Lycanroc, Cast Form, and Lilligant. You should do that in order. Lilligant and Cast Form. We found a new bug on Maxie. That was fun. So here, let's try this. There you go. I am a professional. And by a professional, I mean completely unprofessional. So AI isn't able to account for lagging tail in terms of knowing whether you're faster or slower in double battles. That's been well established. So I used that fact. I needed to get a slow U-turn on Mew with sticky webs up. And so my choice, so I pre-froze and lagging tailed my Hydreigon, knowing that I still was faster and showed a two-hit, a two-shot, so it couldn't set up. Setup was +4, and it set up on me 4 turns in a row. And then we play tested it. If I didn't have the lagging tail, it never set up. So again, it can't be true that the AI does and doesn't know about lagging tail speed. And it's well established that it doesn't know in doubles because it can go for, if you have 2 faster Pokemon and you put a lagging tail on one, it's 50-50 whether the AI will target your faster one or your slower one. Because the lagging tail's not accounted for. So it just can't be that way in one fight and then be that way in the other. So very frustrating. But I'm going to keep playing. Ended up rerunning a different line with Sharpedo instead that was just straight up worse. But Sharpedo clutched up. Sharpedo had to specifically get Mew into a damage range. One, it had to switch on Psychic Fangs, just straight up, which was a 50-50. So it had to win a 50-50. Then it had to get Mew under 10% so that Flip Turn could KO in the sun and have HP left. And somehow we managed to do that. And so Shark saved itself. Yeah, I spent 4 scales to beat Maxie. I already have Hasty Noivern, so it was naturally faster than that, but I needed a speed scale for a Noivern to outspeed Chlorophyll Tangrowth. So, yeah. My Hydra, remember I had sticky webs up. Sorry, Hydra. Hydra was faster than Mew because of sticky webs. I do have a Hasty Hydra, so the speeds weren't that different, but this was sticky web line. Here, I'll show you. I don't mind showing you for a minute. Groudon. So, obviously, I've already removed some of the Pokemon from my box, but you're just going to have to envision that this Breloom is actually a Lilligant. So I had Chlorophyll Lilligant. Yeah, I couldn't find a line with B. The problem, not surprisingly, because I sacked my Cloyster, the B lines don't really work with Garchomp, so you have to have a Pokemon that can switch in off of a U-turn and KO Garchomp, and I don't have one. Well, it's not entirely true. The one that I have is Milotic, and I'm not willing to give up Milotic. So I ended up recooking everything and found a B-less line. So 1 HP Lilligant leads into Groudon and one-shots it, and then dies to Magma Storm. Then you bring in your sticky webs. This is our first scale. So I bring in sticky webs Araquanid. I take keep in mind that my levels were a little lower. So I take a Solar Beam. I'm pre-burned so he can't Sleep Powder, and then Water Bubble heals the burn after turn 1. So I'm dead to some rolls of crit. I have a Shed Shell. I set up Sticky Webs. He has to attack me the next turn. I sack Cast Form. We're going to use this Fire Turtle as our Cast Form. I just straight up sack Cast Form. The only thing that's important about that is that I needed extra Life Orb chip on the Tangrowth, and I couldn't take any damage on Noivern. So it's literally just somebody taking punches. We'll put Glalie here because I thought about sacking Glalie. Next, and the Tangrowth, importantly, has not been Sticky Webbed. Yeah. Found that out too. Didn't know. It just ended up being slightly less risky than I thought. I learned that when it happened to me. Although in hindsight, I know I've seen somebody else do it on this fight. So Noivern with a Wise Glasses and a Speed Scale at level 79 outspeeds this Tangrowth. My original Speed IV was 8, so this was a pretty big boost. So we needed the extra Life Orb chip, and we needed to not KO with Draco, because there's only one Pokemon in the back for Maxie that thinks that has a fast kill on me. It's the stupid Naganadel. But when Sticky Webs activate, we just get to chain KO it. So we take out the Naganadel, we drop our special attack, and now we outspeed everybody, so the first slow kill comes in. This was the piece that I could not find. This took me so long to find. I needed something because I couldn't. I needed 7 Pokemon to do this fight. Yeah, Sticky Webs are awesome. So I need something that can switch in on Scale Shot and Stone Edge and either die later or KO a Mon later. The answer to that was Excadrill. So Garchomp's -1 speed because of webs, even that is important, though it didn't end up happening in the real line. This is about 2/3 Stone Edge, 1/3 Scale Shot because of high crit AI. Where are you? Where's my Excadrill? Excadrill and Togedemaru are the only 2 Pokemon that can switch into Scale Shot and Stone Edge safely. So we switch in Excadrill, who is holding a Shed Shell and also has a Speed Scale, which is important for later. And with that, we take Scale Shot Stone Edge and we get guaranteed Earthquake back. We go back to Noivern, who had to U-turn out. So Noivern took Rocky Helmet plus Rough Skin and is now under 50%. But free switch in on Earthquake, take another shot of whatever. Another round of Magma Storm, and we KO with Draco. Draco plus U-turn only kills by like 1 damage, right? 10%, 10.7%. So we did 101% minimum. Now we get Mew. Noivern's at 50 HP, so this is random move, Flare Blitz, Psychic Fangs. We U-turn out, we do 20%. We bring in Shark. Shark has to win a 50-50 or die. Shark wins the 50-50, is holding a Citrus Berry, is faster because Mew is -1, so he cannot set up. And then Mew's clicking Flare Blitz, and he's at like 80% health. We low rolled the first U-turn, and then so we click Dark Pulse, and the only way that Shark lived here was switch in on 50-50 Psychic Fangs, Dark Pulse, no flinch, so 50-50, a 7 out of 10, so call that a 7 out of 20, into, I don't know how many rolls there were, but into Rough Skin and Flare Blitz recoil, non-crit, not killing Mew. And the Mew lived on like 2 HP. So we could flip turn out, save the Shark, and put Excadrill on the field. Excadrill at level 79 with a 31 IV in speed just KOs sticky webbed Houndoom. So I got a really cool little sticky web setup there. We lost Castform, we lost Lily, and everybody, and we had to dodge one crit, some rolls of crit on the Araquanid. Not bad at all. The line was identical the first time with the bug, except that the shark was Hydreigon, pre-frozen, because it had to attack me with Flare Blitz, which would defrost me. Right, that was the thought. He can't set up. He only has one attacking damaging move. That move will defrost me. I will move second, and I will guaranteed get to U-turn out on Mew. That was the vision. But a bug stopped me. I was so proud to come up with that strategy because it took like such quote-unquote knowledge of the game mechanics, except that that knowledge turned out to be false. And then I reran it. If you watch the VOD, I reran the scenario like 20 times to verify that it was in fact that way. So it'll never set up on me if I'm not holding the lagging tail. It does if I am, if I'm frozen. And it shouldn't be possible for both of those statements to be true. All right, now we're back to the fight at hand, which is the Rillaboom fight. Rillaboom, Team Aqua, Grunt number. Okay. So I think what we do here is we go Beedrill into Staraptor, and then Staraptor's just going to KO. Texas fault indeed. I love this game. I definitely... everybody gets frustrated with the bugs. I love this game. I'm obsessed with this game. Thank you, Dexa, for making it so that we can complain about how hard it is. I think I saw a like max defense plus defense minus special defense Shifu. Did I see that right? Drop the highlights in the chat. So we U-turn, we get this guy, and then anybody gonna see a KO? Probably not. We'll bring a Citrus just in case. Like, multiple focus bands could cause a problem and get us a weird line, but most of the time we're just getting Ampharos here. And then Quick Claw Static Ampharos. Max HP, attack and speed, plus 15 defense, minus 16 special defense. That's not... I really like having the plus nature on the gift Pokemon where you missed the 31s. I mean, obviously you'd rather have plus attack or speed on Shifu, but it's pretty solid. Shifu ain't taking a lot of special attacks anyway, you know? And it was water Urshifu, right? Yeah, but I got Adamant 28 attack Dark Shifu the first time. Oh, I love that guy. And then I've only had 3 Shifus. I got 2 Dark, 1 Water. The second Dark one I got was Quiet. Minus speed plus special attack. And I changed it to Adamant and used it on E4. I got a Water one, but then almost immediately wiped to Space Tag, so it didn't matter. Alright. So again, so we're gonna hope, are you the right thing to hope? I think so. I guess it could be Noivern. Noivern might be better. I'm gonna use Noivern here. So we U-turn into Noivern, he whiffs. We're getting HP Ice most of the time if we KO this Rillaboom. And this gives us the potential Air Slash. Oh, we don't get Air Slash Flinch, sorry. Can even U-turn out if we want to. Not sure if that does anything for us. Wobbuffet. Let's look at the Wobbuffet being dead score and remember how that works. I think that Wobbuffet still gets a -1 if it's dead. Yeah, as long as they are not slower in O-code. So we're going to assume that Wobbuffet is -1 if it's dead. So if Beedrill were in, if Mega B were in, I think it's first not KO'd Pokemon is what is the vibe I'm getting. If full HP Beedrill is in specifically, I should say. Full HP Beedrill on the field should mean full HP Mega B should mean Tentacruel, which I kind of like because we don't KO it. But we can deal with this Beedrill anytime. Beedrill's so good in this fight. So let's just go with consistency. We get HP Ice Ampharos as a KO. Slow KO on us, right? Yes. We go into... Right, this is where we bring all of our buddies. So we bring our Excadrill. We bring our Excadrill. We bring our Delmise. We go back and forth and back and forth. We stall the guy out. And do we need to stall out? Do we need a third Pokemon to do this? I'm not even sure that we really do. Can I just, like, protective pads on static? Static's a contact effect. So as soon as we get rid of Focus Blast, we can Protective Pads KO with Exca, which means it's semi-reasonable to think this would work. We probably should have an HP Ice switch in, though, all the same. Like a Milotic, who takes what sure looks like 0 damage. It could be Wall Rain too, but Wall Rain baits weird things. Okay. So we bring 3 Pokemon for this one stupid Pokemon, but it's fine because Beedrill does all the other ones, right? That's kind of how this is supposed to work. But our Beedrill is not super special KO Wobbuffet Beedrill. So that's probably why we can't do the protective pads thing. Oh, grassy terrain being up is the other. That's why it doesn't work, and he can counter you. Classic. Classic counter Ampharos nonsense. So we just switch forever, and the Ampharos dies. Doesn't die. And then let's remind ourselves, if Dhelmise is on the field, we can switch out. What is Dhelmise bait? Dhelmise probably baits Wobbuffet, if I had to guess. No. Faster out damage. So Dhelmise baits Obstagoon knockoff. Of course you can't do it, Conk. Of course not. But Hitmonchan does it. Well, no, not once he gets burnt. It's kind of an L. Can we not burnt no item switch in? A lot of Skeezies do, but I'm not sure that mine will. It will switch in on knockoff. And then I'll always be dead. Okay. So we can almost switch in on random move crit with this guy. Okay. So let's say that's what we do. Let's say we just let Dhelmise be Dhelmise. And then the other two get shed shells, so that nobody can be have their day ruined by Wobbuffet, right? I think this is the standard maneuver. And that means that we can infinitely just stall out the Wobbuffet because we have shed shells. So Wobbuffet's effectively dead. Ampharos is dead. Rillaboom's dead. This feels very boringly normal. We just have to figure out a bait order. I don't really know. Supposed to count all this stuff too, aren't I? Hidden Power Ice is 15. Thunderbolt is 15. He has a billion counters and 5 Focus Blasts. 24 bolts. 5 blasts. 15 hidden powers. And counter 32. And I don't think it can, once it is out of counter, I don't think it can do anything. I think it has to stay there. So what we'd like to do is have Milo be on the field. We'd like to have Milo on the field when it dies so we can get Ludi. Because Ludi will do Grass Gem, Grassy Glide. And then we'll Leech Life KO. and then we'll get Tentacruel, because again, Wobbuffet will be fast KO'd and Tentacruel will not. Yeah, Wobbuffet scores stack, so Wobbuffet would get a -1 and it doesn't get its +2. So Wobbuffet is definitely at -1. We know that. So it must be Tentacruel. We can U-turn on Tentacruel, probably on Toxic Spites, maybe on Scald. Doesn't matter. Milotic gets Giga Drain. We just go back to Beedrill. We can't KO with Drill Run. So we just kind of have to do the U-turn pivot over and over and over again, but we have all the time in the world to do it. So eventually we KO Tentacruel with a U-turn from Beedrill and Tentacruel, and without Toxic Spikes up. Who do we put on the field for that? I think it's usually your Ghost type. So if we put our Ghost type on the field, we're going to get knockoff Obstagoon. We bring in Barrascuda, we live a knockoff, we KO, and then we flip turn, right? Everybody's dead? Yeah. Everybody's dead. We flip turn into Wob, and we flip turn on the Wob into Delmise, who, of course, is going to not take any damage from counter, and then Wobbuffet dies, because we can just infinitely switch with Shed Shell Pokemon. Okay. Let's pretend that that's a full plan. Right, you're with me? That looks like a full plan? Just watched Nick Battles Mons do this the other day, and I was like, oh man, I'm gonna catch up to him in a few weeks. And now I'm here. Alright, other than like crazy focus band fiction, this should be totally fine. Beedrill, U, Delmise. And Skeezy. All right. And then we want to put these guys. We're going to put Skeezy and Noivern at the bottom, which is not how I usually organize my teams, but these are the ones that are going to switch in a ton, so we want them as high up as possible. No item for you. I suppose you can have a Citrus Berry just in case. I think... Let's just go Citrus Berry. We don't... Oh, no. Shed Shell. Right. Shed Shell. The Shed Shells just allow you to kind of not think that hard about this fight. Does Delmise have an item in the calc? He does. Here you go, Delmise. No item. Beedrillite, Noivern, and we're cool. We need any pre-status? No. Milo's not burnt, and that's a good thing here. Yeah. Okay. the second time I've done that wrong. You. Beedrillite, Citrus Berry, Shed Shell, nothing Citrus Berry. Alright, we lead with Focus Band, Rillaboom. We U-turn. U-turn can just KO. It's like a 50-50. There you go. We go Noivern. This is HP Ice, Ampharos. HP Ice goes into Milo. It's 1 HP Ice. Milo gets Thunderbolt. Or counter, I suppose, technically. Thunderbolt into you. And then you get Focus Blast. Most of the time. Counter. Alright, that's one round. We did a Bolt. And we did an Ice. This is another Ice. Taking a damage every time that happens. HP Ice. My brain cannot handle this. Thunder. Yeah. It's another Ice and another Bolt. And now we have the Blast. Doesn't want to click Focus Blast. That's the one I want to get rid of. I guess we'll count counters too. Delmise gets HP Ice. Low roll me. Dog. That was HP Ice. There's a third Thunderbolt. Focus Blaster counter. Apparently I should have just started my darn Excadrill on like 30 HP to get the Focus Blasts. I used to do that. If you're being really precise, you pre-damage knowing that the grassy terrain will hear you as you take no damage from things. But I was lazy. That was another counter. This is Ice. We go Milo. Do we want to go Milo, or do we just take the Ice on Excadrill to get the Focus Blasts? Let's do that. Look at that. Now he has to hit me. 4 HP Ices. We innovate on the fly here. Delmise on Focus Blast. Quick click and counter, you fool. Yeah. Get outplayed, Ampharos. That's one. This is Ice. We go back to Milo. Five. Exca. Thunderbolt. 4 of those. Focus Blast into Mise. Very nice. Second Focus Blast. Ice move. Okay. Excadrill. Thunderbolt number 5. Focus Blast. Sometimes. Not always. Could be counter again. Focus Blast number 3. Okay. Baiting Ice move. Please don't hover Noivern. Power number 7. Thunderbolt number 6. Come on, now you're in a Focus Blasty mood. Don't make me take another HP Ice on my guy. You're going to make me. Counter number 4. Because it's important that he doesn't run out of counters. Oh, you know why he's doing it on Excadrill? Because it's +8. The AI must not know about grassy terrain. That's a good note. Otherwise, it would do it more often on Delmise as well. Or is it because Delmise is slower? Delmise is slower. Maybe that's it. Alright, that was another HP Ice. That's how you lose count. HP Ice number 8. Focus Blast number 4. Very nice. And now Ice move. HP Ice number 9. Thunderbolt. Number 7. And then alright, that should be the final Focus Blast. We're going to test that by going to Excadrill here, once again. And now this one, this should be HP Ice and not Focus Blast. We're going to go to Milo, because Milo can take Focus Blast and it can't click Thunderbolt. There you go. Counter makes sense. They could not have clicked counter over Focus Blast because we were dead to Focus Blast. Now we heal up our Excadrill. We did take another HP Ice that I forgot to note, and we had another counter happen. So there are 10 HP Ices. That was Thunderbolt, at least number 8. I don't feel like I'm doing a very good job counting. Alright, there's no more Focus Blast. So this is HP Ice. Or counter. Probably counter. Thunderbolt. 9. Counter 7. Thunderbolt. That's not a Thunderbolt, that's a Thunderbolt. Don't count the next counter. Should be counter. Yep. Alright, 8 counters, 10 T-bolts. Thunderbolt. Counter. 11 and 9. Thunderbolt. Counter. Thunderbolt. Counter. 13 and 11. Thunderbolt. Counter. Thunderbolt. Counter. All right, so let's think for a bit. See, counter is, we still have 5 HP ices to get out of here, and it's only ever going to click counter on Excadrill. So I think after Excadrill, we still want to go Delmise to get an HP ice out of it. The other thing we want to check is move slots here. So we know that Thunderbolt is 15 PP maxed at 24. I believe that this is PP maxed, but we should verify. Thunderbolt is slot 1. Okay. Milotic. Excadrill. Thunderbolt. 16. And we go Delmise on counter. There you go. Now this should be HP Ice. Huge crit. Thunderbolt. I don't actually want. Yeah, this is better. I would rather have a few HP ices left, now that I think about it. There's one. T-Bolt. And 15. Thunderbolt. Counter. 20 Thunderbolts. Should have 4 more. Alright. I believe that is all of the Thunderbolts. Let's test that theory. Hidden Power Ice, there you go. Would never be that. Do we need Excadrill HP? I don't think so. Excadrill's done. We got 2 more Pokemon to be baiting with. Okay. There's no more Thunderbolt. Could never have HP iced. Now we want to get him below 50% so he can't switch AI on us. Big Pumpy. Can't switch AI now. Alright, let's just make sure. Milo's what we want, right? Milo is always dead to Grassy Glide and nobody else. Yeah, and they're not even dead to unboosted. We're not even dead to boosted guy. Okay. Okay. But we have Shed Shell even if we were wrong. There's Ludi. Ludi has to Grass Gem Grassy Glide to KO Milotic. Beedrill says, that's adorable. We always live double crit because there's only 1 Grassy Gem. And then this was the one I wanted to be cautious of, right? We show fast KO to 2 Pokemon and we don't to a 3rd. So I can Leech Life here. Wobbuffet's -1. This is terrifying, but it has to be this way. Grassy Glide. This has to be Tentacruel. Exactly. Alright, Beedrill's the one Pokemon pretty much that we don't want on the field when Wobbuffet comes out. Beedrill, U-turn, Milo. This is usually Toxic Spikes, which is cool, because then Beedrill just eats up the Toxic Spikes, takes a Giga Drain, which is basically healed by Terrain. I know this is a slow process, but we are going to make progress. Toxic Spikes is still fine. Milo has whatchamacallit. Do we want to use like Noivern HP here because there are Toxic Spikes on the ground? That gets Sludge Bomb. Do we care? We're not worried about Milo yet. So here, Milo, you're only taking 1. Slow motion, I know. Just die, you stupid Tentacruel. Die already, I say. There we go. We did it. Just take your time. Now this is Delmise, I believe, right? There's Wobbuffet left. So yeah, Delmise is the safe one because it baits Unburnt. Yeah, faster outdamaged by what's-his-face. Is the Wobbuffet faster than us, perchance? The Wobbuffet is faster than us. Which isn't really something I considered. It's not a big deal. No. We still have Excadrill to switch back and forth on. Right, he doesn't outdamage us. Right, no. Delmise is good. It's not just being faster, it's faster and outdamage. Okay, apparently I'm wrong. Wobbuffet is +3. So sorry, I've messed it up for the 90th time. Here's the thing though, Wobbuffet. Nobody cares. I guess I'm supposed to care a little bit. Because we can't get Skeezy in if the timing is wrong. Okay. I guess we needed to have pre-damage somehow. Alright. We're going to switch for a while. Excadrill has a Shed Shell. Is that what we want to do? Or do we want to try and, like, Scald Burn this guy? Nah, we do too much damage. We do too much damage, Miracle will be a problem. We are going to... The good news is that Barraskewda actually lives unboosted knockoff, or boosted knockoff 2. And most non-crits. So this is the worst case, or most crits, I should say. The worst case is still not that bad. Other questions. Can he switch on? He can. He can switch on Drill. He can switch on either one. Okay. Destiny Bond, great. There's one. He has 5 of those, right? Just what I was hoping for, more counting. Counter. 2. Interesting that it's Destiny Bonding on the Delmise, like the Delmise can kill it. Three. Four. 5. And it really didn't like my Delmise. We're just going to do a couple more to satisfy ourselves that there's no more Destiny Bond happening. Now we're going to rapid spin. Because counter doesn't hit us. Oh, right. Counter doesn't hit us. Now we're faster. We're going to anchor shot, so he can't switch out even if he runs out of PP. Anchor shot never KOs, right? Counter doesn't damage us. Okay. He's out of... Oh, just let the anchor have the kill. I'm sitting here trying to set up Beedrill KOs, but I don't need to. Obstagoon. Knockoff guaranteed. No item. We always live. We're healed. He dies to CC. That fight is not hard. The fight is tedious. Maybe it's hard if you don't have Beedrill. I refuse to believe it's hard. Okay. Now we have Admin Matt. And we do not have Fake Out CC, as some others might. But this might be the first appearance of Mega Shark. Or this could be a crazy Sticky Webs line, we'll see. I think it's for another day, but we'll take a peek. All right, yes. All right. Sharpedo. And let's bring the Mega guy with the strong jaw. All right. This might... So we are slower than him with Base Shark. We are faster than him with Mega Shark. That is the dream. So we can flip turn to our little heart's desire. And non-Mega guy is always dead, fast dead to Earthquake. So we switch out. Earthquake happens. We do 56%. And then somebody's got to KO this fool. Oh, it's hilarious that it's almost Breloom. You're the GOAT, buddy. Never change. other option is to do sticky webs. Historically, I have liked sticky webs for this fight. I have liked speed control for this fight, I should say. Now, there is the clear body dragon guy, but we have an obligatory fairy type that probably does the job most of the time, right? Double draining kiss, pixie plate, la la la. And then we have the Torkoal answer to Kartana. Yep. Just have to figure out our berry situation. All right. Feels good. All right, Mega Shark. Is my golly good enough? First impression. Sorry, we do 56. Let's be more precise. 290 minus 164. We would like to do 126 damage. And Silver Powder First Impression does exactly 126. Okay. So, this is the line. This is that crazy line that I did once before, where you get early Raikou, I think, most of the time. 26, you take 26%. Maybe not this golly. I might have to, like, scale defense. Although guaranteed darts would be fine. Okay. Alright. So Shark into Golly. Golly takes an Earthquake. First Impression KOs. What's the other option? Do I have other options? Oh, I can just do Greninja. Right. Forgot about that. But Greninja would have to be in range. Right. Okay. Holy Gren. Alright, so we have Shark lead or Greninja lead. And not much else, huh? Yeah, not much else. Alright, if we do Greninja, does Greninja help with anything else? $50 to you. You do good damage to Kartana and outspeed after a sack. That's pretty good. Pyroar would be incredible here, but alas. So Greninja does have the potential to take 2, but then it's getting like random. Ooh, and Raikou's still faster. Alright, so Gren would just get us classic Vicious Rend lines. We go Kingdra. Our Kingdra doesn't have the speed to outpace this guy at -1, even if we candy. So we just take Vicious Rend and Vicious Rend and Vicious Rend. Better just taking one? No. Ooh, Noivern. Hold up, buddy. I didn't know you. I didn't recognize your game. Greninja, Noivern. We just like wise glasses. Just hold on. It'll be boosted though. So let's pretend that we're faster. Yeah, see, we remember. We remember. We didn't think that our mid-defense guy could live. Because Vicious Rend is boosted on Switch. Gotta play around the bugs if you're gonna claws the bugs. Gotta play around the ones you know about. Greninja. KOs him. Kingdra's time to die. If it happens, it happens. Most likely scenario, though, is that Kingdra lives and gets a Dragon Darts or a Shadow Ball. Right? We're always taking 3 Vicious Rends, I believe. Unless we like Eldegoss switch in. Which I don't think is the play. Because we want to do the pre-sleep Eldegoss tech later. Y'all know it's all the rage. Alright. So KO, get you. KO. Go Azu. If we need to sack Kingdra, we will. But most of the time, Azu does the job and gets... Do we want a Pixie Plate? I think we do. I think we would rather just two-shot him. So we get Leaf Blade, Smart Strike most of the time. Neither of those are a problem. We Citrus Berry. And then you're dead. And we're getting Thunderbolt Scald. We switch in pre-sleep Eldegoss. But we're out of slots. We haven't used Golly yet, sorry. I don't think this works. We have a Greninja. got some tools here. We do have some tools. So one way that we can do this, lead differently, is do the shark thing, which I kind of like. Because right now we have no answer to the Gyarados, and at least Golly is a semblance of an answer. So Shark into you, KO, get Dragon Darts, go Azu hard switch, heal to full, never die to -1 crit, right? Yeah, we never die to -1 crit. We're usually fairly healthy. Could be Vicious Ren, could not be. Okay. We'd be pre-damaged so that Sacred Sword always triggers Citrus Berry and nothing else would put us in range. Yeah. Okay. So we don't care if we get Kartana first. Correct? Correct. Because Kingdra's always going to be low enough to be dead. Kingdra's always going to be low enough to be dead. True. And Torkoal is as well. Yeah, always dead to Scald with Water Gem. Okay. So under this version, the problem is that nothing is hitting the Raikou. So we would like get Calm Mind, guaranteed, make him slower, and go to like Shark, and then I suppose we would flip turn, and now he's +1/+1, so it could be Signal Beam. So we go back to Goss, and it's no longer guaranteed. Now he's doing Signal Beam again. So then we would like sack Kingdra, try to hit the range with Shark. Then you have you got a whole Gyarados here. It's asking a lot of our Shark, the Shark character. Yeah. If you want Eldegoss to come in and do the crazy things, you need Eldegoss to have somebody like a Sneasler, like an Ape, or even like a crazy Hitmonlee, I suppose, could do it. But we ain't got those. Soak, webs, leech life, liquidation. No, we'd have to webs first. Sorry. We'd have to liquidation, then webs. Yeah. Liquidation, then webs. Liquidation, webs, leech life. Get Dracovish. Go Kingdra. Is it Kingdra? Does Milo just sit on it? That'd be kind of fun. Not quite. With Burn it does. Be faster at -2. It's not bad. Let's explore that. So Milo, how many Rens does he have? Vicious Ren, he's got 16. Sure. So Milo, does it help me for Milo to be like high HP? It lets us be semi-precise. We could get Kartana Leaf Blade, KO with Torkoal, and get essentially random move. Anything that's the lesser Shadow Ball it is, the better. Okay. The potential for Leaf Blade seems somewhat good. Because then at the end of Azu, it's still just... Still Raikou. Still Raikou Thunderbolt. And then... now webs are up, so yeah, so webs are up, so Raikou Thunderbolt is fine. We go to Excadrill on Thunderbolt. We Earthquake KO easily, and we get Mega Gyarados doing Mega Gyarados things. So it's clicking a move on us, but it's minus speed. It's always clicking a move anyway. Okay. Is it really? Holy Breloom? There's no way. This is the line I sleep on. There ain't no way it's Breloom. I know I have a good Breloom, but come on, this guy can't keep coming to fights. He's been to half the fights in Magma Hideout. Okay. It's 12:16. Let's go to bed. That's probably the most I've ever streamed in a day. But we think we got a deathless-ish line on Admin Matt. It's just a question of Milo versus Kingdra, really. Anybody left to raid? Be the last one online. Oh, V-Cult's out there.